This is lesson 4 of 4 for our Excel worksheets. When you're done with these edits, please make sure you turn them in to me. Okay, we're going to go to the June 15th customer traffic data. And what we're doing here is we're trying to identify when we have customers coming into our store. So to help us with that, we can also do something called conditional formatting. The way this is done is first we're going to select B5 through I8. And then we're going to go on the Home tab, up here to the button that says Conditional Formatting. We'll select it, go down to Data Bars, and then as we go over these, you can see the previews for each of these different kinds. We're going to choose this orange data bar, and then what this allows us to see is what's going on here. For example, we can see from noon to 2 o'clock on Sunday and Saturday, that's when we get the most traffic, the most people coming through our place. Okay, next we're going to go to the, let me find my place here, Artist Sales Summary Worksheet. That's over here. And we want to be able to identify whether or not our artists are selling a certain amount. Let's say that we don't keep an artist if they don't sell $4,000 or more each year. So we want to quickly be able to identify that thing. Again, we go to the Conditional Formatting tab. We go to Highlight Cell Rule, and we're going to select the Lesson tab. We want to be able to identify anything that is less than $4,000. And we can choose the different colors here, depending on what we want, but we'll keep the light red, dark red text, and we'll select OK. When we click off of here, we now can identify the artist that did not sell $4,000 throughout that year. Okay, so there's another way that we use conditional formatting. Next, we want to be able to create charts. So to do that, we're going to go to the customer traffic data, and what we want here is we want to create a pie chart that has the time of day and the totals. So we're going to highlight A5 through A8, hold the control button down, and highlight I5 through I8 so that we have those two sections highlighted. You can let go of your control key. Next, we come up to the Insert tab, and right here under the charts, this is the Insert Pie or Donut Chart section. We'll click on that. As we hover over it, it'll show us the different kinds of charts that we could have. We like this 3D pie chart, so we'll select it. Okay, now that we have this selected, we can see the different times with their individual colors here. And we want to be able to fill in some data for that, so we go to the quick layout. And as we hover over each of these, they'll give us different types of layouts. We want this very first one, layout 1, for this, so we'll select it. We're going to give this a new title, so we'll click in here and highlight chart title. And there we're going to type in June 15 customer traffic, capital T, by time of day. Okay, then we'll click outside of that and it'll be done with it. We're going to left click on it and drag it over here next to this one. And then we're going to resize it a little bit so that it matches more closely to the other chart. And there we have created our pie chart. Next, we don't have anything over here in our June 15th customer traffic chart because we're going to do a bar chart for that. So in order to do that, we're going to select A4 through H8. So A4 through H8. And then again, we're going to go up to Insert. The bar charts are right here. As we hover over each of these, we can see what kind we want. We're going to select the 3D cluster chart. So there's our chart. Now, we're going to make some changes before we move it over to the next section. So in the chart tool design, we're going to go to the quick layout button first, which is over here. And we're going to select layout number 5. So this is the layout now of our new chart. Now on the y-axis, we need to rename that thing. So we're going to rename it where it says axis title. We're going to rename it number of customers. So click on here. Again, highlight all of this so it disappears and type in number of customers. Looks like I have a couple of things that didn't erase. There we go. And then if we click on it again, I can drag it a little bit over so that it's a little bit more out of the way. Okay, next, what we want to do is do a new chart title. So we're going to click up in the title and select that so it disappears. And we're going to type in there June 15th customer traffic pattern. So June 15th customer traffic pattern. And then click outside of it so that that sticks. Okay. Now, as we re-click on the chart, it brings up these tabs over here. These are element tabs. If we click on this first one, this is what we have inside our chart. We can add data labels if we wanted to, which we don't. We can add a legend if we want to, which we don't need to. And we can take away things. So if we want to take away the axis title, that could disappear. Nope, now I have to redo my title. You just keep the title that you have there. I'm not going to retype mine. Anyway, so that's what we could be doing with these. This middle one right here, what this does is we can select a new type of style. So we're going to reselect style number 2. Oh, I want style. Let me look at these. Style 2 is the one we're going to select. So you can change the style, and then we have a filter here. And what this does is as you hover over it, you can see what it filters out and what it will show you. So as you hover over each of these, so you can deselect things or select things that are not there anymore. Okay, so we'll click off of that, re-click the chart, and then we want to move this chart. So we click on Move Chart, and we're going to come over here, Object In, and the June 15th traffic chart is the one we want. Not the traffic data, because that's where we're at right now, but the 15th traffic chart. It'll move us over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this graph, grab it, and move it over here and make it bigger. So we click in the bottom right corner and left click and hold it, and we'll just drag this and reformat it to a bigger size. Okay, so there's that. Now another way to analyze the data that we have is through sparklines. A sparkline we can see here on the Anders worksheet. Right here, this sparkline represents all the totals here. All of our artists have those sparklines except for one artist. And that artist is Linton. So we're going to go to the Linton tab. We're going to select P10, and then we're going to go up to the Insert tab. And over here, under Spark Lines, we're going to select Lines. Now it's asking us for the data range. We want all the data down here with the totals. So we left click and hold, and we'll drag all the way across until August. We don't want the total. That'll throw off our data. So put this one in there, and then we select OK. And there's our Spark line. Okay, now in the artist cell summary sheet, we have all of these to fill in because we want to be able to look at that quickly here. So when we do Anders, again, we're going to go to Insert, and we're going to go to our Spark line, and we're going to select Lines. And it wants the data range. Well, that's coming from the Anders worksheet. So we're going to go to the Anders worksheet. We're going to select everything that is their total except for the final total, right? So everything through August. And then when we click OK, it'll put that Spark line there. Now I want you to do that for the rest of them through Zang. Go ahead and do that. Now one thing I forgot to show you is these little red dots, they represent the highs and lows of our spark line. We kind of want to be able to identify those. So if we click on our spark line and then we click on the design tab and we just put a check mark inside of high points and low points, that'll create that, and you need that for each one of your spark lines. Next, we're going to insert a picture, and we want to go to the Zang worksheet because the Zang worksheet needs a picture. We're going to put one up here in A1, and it's the koi pond picture that I have posted on your in your assignment section. So what you're going to do here is we'll click in A1, we'll go to Insert Picture, and wherever you saved it at, you'll select that and you'll insert it. Now it's bigger than what it should be. And so what we're going to do is we're going to left click in the corner and drag it up until it fits within the first 3 lines of our Excel worksheet like that. Now we want to do some formatting here. So we're going to go to artistic effects. And the one that we want to select here is this one, paint strokes. Not paint brush, but paint strokes right here. So we select that one, and now we've inserted a painting and we've been able to do some artistic changes to it. As you can see, you can select a bunch of different artistic changes. Okay. Next, we're going to the mag summary, and we're going to insert a graphic here. Now, you see how there's all these pound signs right here? That's what happens whenever your column is too small for the numbers. So we just double click up here, make it a little bit bigger, and then that makes it so we now see the numbers that are there, okay? So if you see that within data, it just means that you need to widen out your box. Okay, so in order to insert a picture, you're going to go to the PowerPoint, which I gave you, and here they've created this design of pictures from artists, and they want to be able to put it right here on the first page of the Excel worksheet. So all you have to do is right click on it, copy it, and then go up to cell B4, right click and paste it. And then now we have that same design there. Now we want this to fit on here a little bit better, so we're going to drag it and change its size so that it fits on the worksheet. We also want to change the page layout, so we go up to page layout, and actually we're not going to be able to change the page layout. It's already on orientation. The orientation I mean is already on the long one. My brain just went blank. That's landscape. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go up here to grid lines, and where it says view grid lines, we're just going to get rid of those grid lines so that we can see this picture without the grid lines. Now I'm going to readjust this just a little bit to make it look a little bit better. You can play with it how you want, but anyway, just make it look good and fit on that page. All right, we'll conclude there with our lesson 4 of 4 for our Excel worksheet. Make sure you get those edits done and that you turn this into me, so save it, and I'll expect it soon. Thanks.